Hey everybody, Shall We Nobody Else's Auto. It's one of those fun days. Going and doing some digging. Yes, we're going to go into this old building, check out a car that's been in here for 20 plus years, and start digging it out. So that's always fun, it's always exciting, and it's a pretty cool old car. So let's get this thing opened up and get to work. We got to move some lawn equipment and get headed back to that back corner of the shop. Check this thing out. Well, we're back here in the corner. 1953 Ford two-door wagon. This old car's been in here for a long time. You can see it's obviously covered in plenty of dirt and dust. See the Ranch Wagon still on the side of it there. This is exactly as we found her. Old trailer hitch still on it. I mean, this wasn't uncommon back in the day. Have these trailer hitches hooked straight to the bumper like that. So that's how original this car is. See if we can get around over to this side. Obviously, we've got some stuff we got to get moved out of here. It's going to take a minute to get this thing dug out, get her pulled out of here and loaded on the trailer. But looks like a pretty cool old car. Like I said, been in here for a long time. It's up on blocks, so we're going to have to get everything away from it, get it back down on the ground, get this thing loaded up, get her hauled in, and give this baby a bath and see what it looks like under years and years of dirt, dust, and storage grime. But wagons are cool. Two-door wagons are even cooler. And excited to get this one drug out of here and see what it looks like in the daylight. Well, she's about ready to come out. We've got some air in the tires if they hold long enough to roll it out of here. We're gonna get the trailer backed up here, get hooked onto this thing, and get this thing back out in the daylight for the first time in a long time. So let's get the truck and trailer back here, get hooked onto this thing, and see if we can get this thing rolled out of here. Okay, let's go. See if we go.
Yeah, whoa.
What?
Okay. There was a block on the front, but you went over it.
Hold it. Let's see where we're at.
Close. Real close.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Come on, we're high. Well, the old ranch wagon's out, rolled right out, super smooth, which I was a little worried about. It was a little tight, but we had just enough room, angled it out, sucked right up on the trailer, worked pretty slick. So, neat looking old car. Let's get this thing back to town, give it a bath, and take a little bit better look at it. Okay, we got the car drug out of here. Big open slot back here in the corner. Now we got to start gathering up the extra pieces. Extra rear bumper here for it. Some other patch panels. Cool little International Farmall tucked back in here. This was a runner a few years ago. Just been covered in dirt just like the wagon, but kind of a cool old tractor. And it's for sale too. I just don't know nothing about tractors. So, but it's kind of neat. Check out the steering on this thing. It has a little bracket that kind of swings it off to the side. Kind of a cute little booger. I just don't know anything about tractors. So we're going to get the rest of this stuff gathered up. And there's the manifold set off of it. Chevy grill. Some parts for the Econoline van that we got out here a while back. So going to get the rest of this stuff gathered up. And get in and get that thing washed up, see what it looks like. Well, we've given her a quick bath. We're gonna get this thing hauled out to the yard, get her rolled off, and get the inside blown out. Take a little better look at her. Well, we got the old ranch wagon out of the building where it spent its last 20 or maybe a few more years. That owner had had this car stashed in another building for the prior 10 to 15 years before that. And he had actually bought it from another old Ford collector who had had it in another building. So I bet this car's been stashed for 35, 40 years probably at this point, until we recently pulled it out of that old building. As you can tell, we got it rinsed off, we've got it unloaded, we've got it out here at the yard. We can take a little bit better look at it. The car's probably pretty much about what I expected. I knew it had a little rust in the rockers, a little rust in the quarters, but there again, the car's 70 years old. But however, the floors and structurally, the car looks really, really good. Really cool two-door ranch wagon with an outside visor. Let's go take a walk around this thing now that we can actually get a little bit better look at the car itself. The car cleaned up pretty decent. It really is pretty straight. There's a little bit of damage on the right rear quarter, and like we mentioned, the rust in the rockers and the rear quarters, but considering this car's age, really not too bad. These things are just so unique. We can see down here on the quarter panel, we've got a little bit of rust around the rear wheel and some down here in the rocker panel, but not terrible considering this car's age. Outside visor on this car really sets it off. Has a little mirror up in the corner of the door. Around the front, like we saw, everything's pretty much intact. Chrome's a little weak, a little weathered, a little aged, but that's to be expected. There again, the car's original, it's 70 years old. Fortunately, it's been inside, and it's pretty well preserved. Now, under the hood, that's why this car was parked. It did have some engine issues, and the former owner started to tear into that, and that's as far as it got. So, engine is not complete, but nothing like a little 306 or something, or even a late model drivetrain couldn't fix and make a cool driver out of this old Ford. Over here on the passenger side, more of the same as far as rust, a little bit down here in the front fenders, a little bit in the rockers, and then this quarter is the worst body damage where it got bumped right there on that high spot where that body line comes out. The belt moldings all look good on this, all unique to the two-door. Has slide open rear side windows. And then, of course, the super killer look on the back of the wagon with the overdrive emblem right here next to the Ford. Tag bracket and light still there. Let's go ahead and take a peek inside the back of this thing while we're here before we head up to the front. Inside, just pretty much original. A little dirty from sitting all these years, but not even an excessive amount of wear. All this trim is still here. Even in the cargo area, a little bit of surface rust on the handle, but this is original material. It's got some wear, it's got some cracks, but it's original. All the garnish trim is here, the hinge hardware is all here. Stuff that would be really hard to find if you wanted to do an old wagon like this. Now, what's under here? Spare tire area. And even still has the clamps. The jack and the spare's gone, but even the instructions are still in here. Looks nice and solid in there as well. Obviously, this being a low point in the car and easy to catch trash, very common to have the spare tire area rusted out. This one is not. Actually still even has markings on the back side of the wood panels in here. And still fits nicely in place just like it should. So let's go around over here, peek inside the front. And there again, highly original. This thing does have the deluxe accessory steering wheel, which looks amazing. It's a killer look in this car, really makes it stand out. The nice big Ford medallion with the gold trim and the big chrome ring. Floors, once again, intact. Some surface rust, but it's intact. Over here on the dash, we've got a factory radio. And we've got a deluxe steering wheel, but we did not get a clock in this particular car. Down here we see our magic air heater controls, as well as our overdrive lever, since this car did have an overdrive in it. Seats are here and, you know, realistically would need to be reupholstered. It looks like, I'd say the bottom of this seat has actually been recovered, but the backs look highly original. I'm sure that this was where all the excessive wear from getting in and out on the driver's side probably caused that to have to be recovered. But I think the backs, I think that's even original. When we compare it to the back seat, that looks like pretty original material. And let's go ahead and flip into the back area here. And there's the back seat. This is even the original rubber mat, I believe, in the back. And it's not even too torn up. But that appears to be the original seat material. I'm just guessing, but based on the texture, based on the fact that it matches the back of the front seat, all this original trim is still intact. I'm betting this is probably the original seat material. Oh, look, we can see right out. Yep, slid right open after all these years. How cool is that? Slides right back for plenty of ventilation. Take a peek right inside there at the seat again. Now, we need more cargo area. We're not hauling passengers. What do? Up we go with the bottom part of the seat. Now that we've got the window open, we can look right in there. We can also see the original floors under the seat. And then we grab the back part of the seat, tip it forward, voila, cargo area. And there we've got storage all the way to the back of the front seat. Now the headliner's all hanging down in here. I don't know if it could be restitched or halfway put back together or not, but it is still hanging there. If somebody wanted to build a driver out of this car and wanted to spend some time with it, might be able to even stitch that back together and use it. But once again, we can see this original cargo floor. There's a little bit of dirt and dust and stuff in here, but we can see that all that cargo floor, original material, all the trim is there. Just a lot of great stuff that would be so hard to find if you wanted to build one of these cars, and it's all here. And this stuff all still fits and works. Let's release this tailgate. Right over here. That's what we had to do right there. Release the tailgate, which still works. Slide it up. And just click shut. And look at the fit and finish on that gate. And our lift gate, once again, just like it should. Super cool old car. Love these sliding side windows. The fold down seat, fold it up, use it as a seat, fold it down, use it for cargo. Lay the front seat back down. Never know the difference. Let's take a peek in the passenger side real quick. You can see the Ford on the sill plates. The rubber mat up here, obviously like we saw on the driver's side, a little rougher, but there again, the front got used much more than the rear. But one thing we can still see over here is we've still got the Ford emblem in it. So I'm guessing this is probably the original rubber floor mat. Obviously much rougher up here in the front where it has been used. But man, when we look at this rear, it's still in pretty darn good shape. If we flip these seats back the way they were, get a better look at that mat, I think that's original. And I believe the back seat is original as well. And look at the backs of the front seat. I think that's original. I'm just speculating, I can't guarantee that. But it sure looks like it could be original material as well. Over here on the passenger side, a couple cracks in this glass, but it is original Famoco glass. It slides right open. That's just so cool. So overall, pretty excited about this old Ranch Wagon. This car really, I think, has the potential for somebody to just build a really cool cruiser out of it just the way it is. Do a little bit of interior work, probably swap an engine out of it. Stitch up the headliner, clean it up a bit. Rolling around with that visor to keep the sun out of your eyes. Slap the kids in the back, slide the back side windows open, and it's going to make a killer cruiser at any local cruise night or cruise in. Wagons are awesome. I love them. Was super excited to find this one. Can't thank my new friend enough for calling me on it and giving me a shot at it, and can't wait to see what the future holds for this old wagon. Well, there you have the old 53 Ford two-door Ranch Wagon. Wagons are awesome. I love them. I was super excited when I got the call on this one. And you got to see the whole journey from exactly as it looked when I first walked into that building, when I first discovered it, to moving the stuff around, to actually dragging it out, to seeing it coming out of that building for the first time in a few decades, rinsing it off, seeing what was really there. And fortunately, this car was just as good as what the owner promised me that it was. From what I could see, just buried in the back of that old building. But super excited about it. It's a great car. I can't wait to see what the future is for this killer old two-door Ranch Wagon. I think it's got a bright future, and it's going to be awesome to see what happens with it. So if you got any questions about this old Ford or any of the other 2000 cars and trucks we've got here on the ground at Nobody Else's Auto, just give me a call, 620-786-4428. That number is in the description part of the video. Having a short conversation about your project and exactly what you're looking for, or what you're looking for a project, year, make, model, body style, the type of build you're doing, things like that. There's so many different variables, from rat rods and patina builds to show builds, that all that information is important with the amount of inventory that I've got here to see if I may or may not be able to help you out with your project. So give me a quick call and we'll have that short conversation, see what we can figure out. If you like these old cars, trucks, memorabilia, that's about all we do on here. So definitely want to check out the channel, Nobody's Show. Be sure to check out some of the other videos. We have a lot of fun on here doing this old stuff, digging them out of sheds just like this Ranch Wagon, hauling them out of fields and sending them on down the road to their next future home. So, had a lot of fun with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed going along for the ride. Stay tuned. We have a ton of cool new inventory coming up. Some killer old trucks, some Chevy trucks, Ford trucks, international trucks, big block Chevy wagon, four-wheel drive Dodge pickups. We've got a lot of amazing stuff. I've got some more Chevys on the way right now as we speak, a few more Chevy cars. So Lots and lots of new inventory pouring in. You guys don't want to miss any of it, so definitely click that subscribe button. Click that notification button as well. We do a lot of cool live stuff. You don't want to miss any of that either. Hope you enjoyed going along for the ride on the old Ford Ranch Wagon, and can't wait to see what the future holds for this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. We sure hope you enjoyed it. We sure hope to see you soon on the next video.